Okay guys, so right now I'm on the coast of Bahrain. I'm going from Abu Dhabi and I'm going to Bahrain. So currently I'm on my watch keeping duty. That is, I do the ghost watch. Yes, I'm in the ghost watch. So I am currently on the watch between night around 11 o'clock till morning 6 with the third engineer. So I feel that this is the best time for me to show you the engine room and show you the equipment and the place that I work for, so and the place that I work in and the environment that I work in. So yep, so I'll just show you the engine room and all the machineries. So this is the boiler. So this is how I dress up every day. Cover my hair because there's a lot of dirt that flies, and hair is very precious. Yep, let's go. Currently it's in midnight around. It's almost going to be 12. So everyone's asleep. So I don't want to be loud because the walls are really uh, not that thick. So if I speak loudly, people in the other room will wake up. Let's go. So this is the engine changing room. This is my changing room. My shoes are right down here. These are very important to protect you from the loud noise from the engine. Steering gear room. So we have two pumps here, pump number 1, pump number 2, and this is a rotary vane type of steering gear that we have here. So this is what controls the rudder of the ship, the left and right motion. Right next to it on the right hand side we have all the chemicals and all the treatments that we do for our boiler, like auto treat, auto control. There is also rocker and wheels, lot of things, environmental clean, all those. These are all the oils of that. We have an emergency fire escape. From here we can go to the upper deck. And this is the motor for our mooring winch. When we are near the port, we have to, do all the, you have to, tie it up against the land deck. So this is the pump that we use for mooring. And here you can see all the lube oil and the names. Lube oil that we use on board. Yep. This is the starter panel for our hydraulic, for our mooring winches. Yep. This is our steering wheel. And right near our steering room on the downside we have our emergency fire pump. That's emergency. So let's get away from our steering wheel. So this is the main platform. That is where we got the sludge tank to put all the oil. This is where we put all the gas. This is our workshop. So it's all the tools here. This is our table where we do all the work. Where all the welding and all those things happen. This is where all the welding things happen. PC welding. And our engine room store. Here we have all our tools, whatever tools that we buy, whatever spare parts and everything over here we keep over here. So I know it's a bit dirty, but still it is, this is how it's supposed to look when you guys are working. Right over here we have a drilling machine over here, we have a grinding machine over here. Where we do the boiler test, the water boiler test, all those things. So yep, this is a fuel injector tester. Cable again. Let's get out of here.
Alrighty, guys. So, did you guys get to know what is the actual, sound and the noise that is there in the engine room? So that's the reason I left the, actual sound on so that you guys get the feel of it. So let's just get back to our tour. So this is actually the first deck of the engine room. So right over here is our reefer compressor plant. So this reefer compressor plant is the one which does cooling for the place where we store our provisions like our vegetables, fish, and our dairy product. So right now pump number one is running, which is what I'm showing you. So right opposite to our reefer plant is our AC plant. So AC plant is the thing that does cooling in our rooms. So we have a centralized type of AC. So this is where all the cooling does. So whatever gas charging and whatever maintenance that we take place of our AC is done over here. And this both the reefer and the AC compressor is completely taken care by the electrical officer. So my voiceover is there because the engine room sound is really, really, really loud, guys, because the engine is currently running in full ahead. So there's a lot of noise. That is the reason we wear our earplugs or the ear muffs. So straightly coming over here, we have on the left hand side deck air compressor and the minion looking bottle, which was painted by a person on board. Very creative and very nice. So this is the air bottle for the deck air compressor. And we are separate for the controller compressor. On the big bottles on left hand side, we just passed right now was our main air bottle which goes to the main engine. Right in front of that is the two compressors, that is the main air compressor. So everything on the ship there are two because if one fails, if you're carrying on maintenance for one thing, the other one will be as a backup. So directly we're coming downstairs in the second deck of the engine room. So right entering the second deck of our engine room, we have various other machineries, obviously. So you can see two motors over here. This is for a main engine jacket water uh, cooling. So yes, on the right hand side, we have our main cooling seawater pumps, LT cooling seawater pumps. Right next to that is our LT cooler. Right in front of that is our main engine lube oil cooler. And right next to that is our sewage treatment plant. This is where all our waste thing comes over here, lot of chemicalization takes place, and then we store it or we throw it depending on the regulations. So the next, according to our tour, is the generator. So this is one of the very most important machineries on board. That is the reason we have three generators on board. So this generator is responsible for generating the power, that is electricity that is needed for the ship to run. So here three generators are there. So the mechanical part of it, changing the oil, checking the things, everything's done by the third engineer. He's the responsible engineer to take care of the generators. So there are three generators over here, and this generator produces a voltage of 440 volts at 60 hertz frequency, which is common. So right next to that, we are going right now towards the boiler machineries, guys. So boiler on ship is responsible for generating steam, whereas we produce steam for heating purposes. So these are the boiler machineries. So right on the right hand side is the boiler pump, feed water pump on the right hand side, which provides water to the boiler for it to convert water into steam. On my left hand side, which I'm showing you right now, is a cascade tank as well as the observation tank. So observation tank is a return line, that is the water steam goes towards all the places where heating has to be done, and from there it comes back to the observation tank wherein we have a see-through glass wherein we monitor to see if there is an oil returns or something like that to check if the water is fine. So moving ahead, we are going to a very important room. So this room, I'm opening the door right now. This room is the purifier room. On the left hand side, you can see the starter panels for the purifier. So here also we have two purifiers, H4 purifier and a lube oil purifier. On the right hand side, we have our main engine few pumps, that is fuel oil circulating pumps and all those things. And these are the purifiers on my left hand side. So these purifiers are responsible for purifying the oil or the fuel that is required for the engine to move ahead. So all this purification is done by this purifier. As I said before, there are two purifiers because one is a backup for the other. If you're carrying on maintenance on one, the other will put it into use, and vice versa. And the entire purifier, the maintenance part of it, the checking routine checks of it is all taken care by the fourth engineer, that is a junior engineer. So he's responsible for all these things, and he's the one who will make sure that these machineries are working in a proper condition and in a proper thing. So this purifier room is very, very dangerous, so you have to be very careful, and routine rounds has to be taken in this room to avoid any spillage of oil. So a purifier room has to be neat and tidy. It all depends on the fuel that we get. So I had a very bad experience by taking a bunker in Singapore wherein the fuel is very, very bad and our purifier was performing really, really bad. And because of that, there's a lot of headaches. So purifier is one of the very, very important machineries on board. So right now we are in the bottom platform. So this is where we have our huge, huge motors and pumps. Right on front of us is our fire and GS pump and our fire and bilge pump. This is what we use for our fire line. Right next to that is our ballast pump, that is pump number one for ballast, pump number two for ballast, and the third one is our main cooling seawater pump. This is what takes the seawater and it gives it, and from there we give it to our cooling. So this grill over here is the low sea chest. This is where we take in seawater from the ocean, and the right hand side grill which I'm pointing right now is the high sea chest. So we have two sea chests depending on our draft and depending on our loading condition. We interchange high sea chests and low sea chests accordingly. So just ducking down and going towards the aft of the ship. Here you can see various amount of motors. There are pumps over here. Right on the left hand side we have a bilge transfer pump. Whenever the bilge is filled, we'll use that. And this is the shaft. This is the shaft of the main engine which is rotating right now. As I said, the engine is running in full head. Right down here is you can see the shaft rotating, and also over here on the back end side we can see our bilge tank, that is the aft bilge tank. This is one of the very dangerous place because if you fall, it will be very, very tricky for you guys to come out. And this is me showing off my thing. I don't know what I'm explaining to you guys right now because there's a lot of sound over here, and I'm just trying to tell that this place is one of the best place for me. I think I like this place a lot because you can just sit over here, catch a deep breath. You can chill here. Majority of people don't come down to the bottom floor of the engine room. So let's just get out of here and continue with our tour. So right in front of us we have the main engine, and over here I am going towards the turning gear. So this turning gear is very, very important for our maintenance part of the main engine, and also it comes into play for lubrication when we are starting the engine. On the left hand side of this turning gear is the starting panel of this. So operating of this, it has a remote control also. It also has a starting on it. So depending on our toggle switch, we can alter the movement of this. So this is the bottom platform, and over here right on top of the small steps is the emergency escape. Due to an unfortunate event of fire, you can use this escape. This escape has a ladder and leads towards the steering gear. So, if once in your contract, just try to go, try out this ladder so that you will be familiarized how to escape in terms of an unfortunate event. So, another thing, the entire engine room has this orange color packet which I'm indicating right now. This is called as an EEBD. So, this comes into picture whenever there is a fire or when there is lack of oxygen in the engine room. This is something like an oxygen tank or a mask that you wear on your face, so that when there is lack of oxygen, you can wear this and you can save your lives. So going ahead, we are showing you the oily water separator. So oily water separator is very, very important machinery on board. As you know, there is a plenty of oil in the ship, so the waste oil is treated in this oily water separator and it is thrown out into the ocean. It is not thrown out as oil. There's a lot of filtration, lot of things that takes place. There's a lot of regulation which we guys follow so that we don't harm the uh, ocean. So just carrying out purification is done in this oily water separator. So right now I'm showing you a small panel. This nothing but indicates the setting value of our high switches and low switches, which is in use and which is not in use. So this pretty much is a basic idea of how our bottom platform looks like. Right now I'm showing you the crankcase doors of our main engine. There are seven crankcase doors, means seven cylinder engine. So this is a MC engine, guys. So any crankcase inspection, you guys have to follow the procedures and you can open this door and go in and do your crankcase. So right now we are in our maneuvering platform. So this is where we do our emergency maneuvering in case of failure. So here there's an indication like how fast you're going. That is what I'm trying to explain. Right now we are going half ahead. So, full ahead, half ahead. It's all, different types of speeds that we maintain on board our ship. I'm just going to stop the voiceover and let you guys get a feel on how the main engine sounds when it's running. So here you go, guys. So I hope you guys heard at least little of what I was talking because the engine sound is very, very loud. So right now going towards the boiler platform. Boiler platform is just above the ECR platform. That is the first platform. So over here we have the boiler on the right hand side. This is a very small boiler compared to that of a tanker boiler. So this is very, very small because I'm selling on a bulk carrier. This is just our HT tank. There's a high temperature tank which goes for our main engine. So we just come over here, check the water level to see if everything is fine. So this is our boiler. On the left hand side is the starter panel for the boiler. Right behind the boiler is our LT tank. Check the water level. So from here we have to go on top. So over here on the top also there are, you'll go to the funnel deck.
Like this, up and down, up and down. You have to do it for like at least 30 to 40 times a day. I came on board weighing around 82 kgs. I don't know, I've not yet checked my weight. It's been more than a month that I'm on board. So I have to check my weight right now. Let's see. Yeah. So it's a boiler. It's only just one. Go down back. On the top also you can go, but there's nothing much on top. Usually from the boiler place, there will be a connection to go to our accommodation. Okay, just so it's like that. That's pretty much the engine room. And
So finally showing the powerhouse, the place where we control the entire ship, that is the engine control room. So this is where we control the entire parameters of the engine, all the various other auxiliary machineries, generator, freshwater generator, and everything. Right now I'm showing you the telegraph, and this is where we get our commands from the bridge, telling which speed we are going, half ahead, full ahead, as turn. On the back side we have our panel. This is our generator synchronizing panels. There are various breakers, ACBs, lots of other machineries over here. So this is where we control the entire ship.
hello guys, just finished my watch keeping duty. Now it's early in the morning, around 6 o'clock here in Bahrain. So I left Abu Dhabi and came to Bahrain for loading. So I'll just give you a view. I don't know if you can see properly, it's complete mist and fog that is surrounded. So that's the view. I'm just gonna, I have no mood of, having breakfast. I'm just gonna drink some water and I'm just gonna sleep. Hope you guys like the tour of the engine room that I gave you. It was a bit of, it wasn't that clear, I know. So yep, that's it for today guys. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, please like, subscribe, and I'll come back with another episode at Life at Sea. Bye bye.